welcome to Table Talk, the show on the internet where we talk about your topics and questions via the hashtag Table Talk and the Reddit/r/SourceFed. I'm Matt Lieberman.
I'm Jeremy Azevedo.
Yeah, and I'm Bree Esray.
Hooray! It's a nuclear family Table Talk.
It is.
Yeah, isn't that nice?
We're missing our little baby Steen.
Oh yeah, we're missing Steen. Sting? Steen? All right, he's not here. That's okay.
You know what? No, Jeremy, please.
Jeremy,
Oh, sure. Yeah, don't
take
mind
the
if I
first
do.
little dip in that bowl, huh?
What do we got here?
What do we have?
Jitty13 says, better date idea. 50s drive. Oh, excuse me. Sorry. 50s drive-in or 20s Gatsby party. Boy, I can't read today.
Ooh.
To go with the nuclear family theme, I feel like 50s drive-in.
Ooh, see, I feel like it's the Gatsby party.
You would rather take a date to a Gatsby party where you have to dress up and
I don't know. You're right. Like if it was me personally, I'd rather go to the drive-in because it's like just relaxed and fun. But like the idea of the Gatsby party sounds like cool
also,
and exclusive. I want to be the kind of person who wants to go to that.
Yeah, but think about it like
Poser.
this.
Poser and
Damn
a narc.
Yeah, you're a poser. You sound like
And a
poser.
narc?
Mm-hmm.
God
Kind
damn
of.
it.
Because like a 50s drive-in is basically like the 50s version of Netflix and chill.
Basically.
You were like, yeah, we're gonna go just like park and we're gonna like kind of watch this movie, but really you're there to like make out and neck, as they call it.
Necking.
They call it necking, I think.
Yeah.
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 It's
People
the best
still
way to
neck,
watch a movie.
right?
I don't know. Do people call it necking? Has anyone
They
ever
don't
necked
call
before?
it necking.
Any neckers in the audience?
Ooh.
I macked in high school.
Macked?
You macked?
Yeah.
Wait, but isn't macking like to flirt or hit on somebody?
Macking as in pimping.
Here, Ricky, get in
Right?
here.
Necking is just making
it's
out.
like if
It's
you're a
not
Mac
neck
daddy.
play.
Is Return of
Yeah.
the Mac
Crossing.
about necking?
Well, a Mac daddy is a thing, but I don't know. But like in junior high, it's like, yeah, we're gonna go Mac right now.
You got a Mac on the
Oh.
We're gonna
nose.
go Mac.
Oh,
you gonna
okay.
Mac on
That
girl?
didn't mean go get a Big Mac.
No, it
No,
meant
no.
you're gonna kiss with the tongue.
Wait, but isn't spittin' Mac, is that a thing?
Spitting
Spitting
game.
Mac.
Spitting game is a
Yeah,
thing.
What are you talking about?
I don't know. I'm a narc,
Wait a second.
a poser, and an idiot.
But you're definitely not a Mac Lieberman.
Ooh, no, I am not Mac Lieberman.
No.
Goodness, no.
I'm definitely for sure on 50s drive-in.
Yeah, you guys are right. It's more
It
fun.
just
And
seems
you
like a
can
better
get
place to close the deal. Yeah.
You can get fucked up.
You can smoke
That's
that
true.
dope.
Exactly.
Wait, but you have to drive home.
There's popcorn.
Yeah. Once you
How
eat
many
all the
hours worth of
popcorn by the end of it-
I'm sorry.
You have
that
to have
sounds
the popcorn to sober you up. Just a little bit of food. It'll make it go
just
away
a little
quicker.
bit. It'll be fine.
It's fine.
It's just a little bit
You know
of
what?
popcorn.
In the 50s, they were kind of like maybe a little bit more lax about that sort
Yeah,
of thing.
you
know
you
what I
crashed
mean?
your car into a ditch. You two just laughed about it.
Yeah,
like
the
that's
cops would
basically
be
what
like,
it was
"Hey there,
like.
Lieberman, you fucking crashed your car into the
Yeah,
ditch again,
you
huh?"
know, it's just
Watch that.
It's just when I saw Invasion of Body Snatchers. You see it, yeah, Officer Bar Brady?
Yeah, 50s. That sounds whimsical. You
Yeah.
know, if you discount all the racism and misogyny and all the other horrible shit.
Sure.
Yeah, the outfits were on point back
yeah.
then. Oh.
More on point than at the Gatsby party?
Yes.
The Gatsby
I
party
don't
was
know.
too try-hard, man. Like, that whole Gatsby thing, try-hard to the max.
That was the Prohibition era. Like,
Oh, I
It,
tried
no,
to-
it was pre-prohibition.
Oh, it was?
It was
Fling this.
pre-prohibition. This was the era that caused prohibition
Okay.
because they were that crazy.
what's history? You know?
That was terrible.
The record of
Facts?
everything that's come before us?
Yeah, right.
I always thought
Show me science.
Owen
you know?
wants to
then I'll
speak.
believe you.
Hold on.
I always thought necking was necking, like
Touching
like
necks
rubbing
together.
necks together. Like two gooses, two geese.
Okay, now I want someone to manipulate all of our like necks to wrap around each other.
Oh,
Please
so
do
weird.
that.
That sounds hot.
Please
That's
do
gonna
that.
look
So
weird.
gross. Go
Oh
ahead.
man, there was this show on Sci-Fi called Helix, and there was an episode where like the two main characters kissed for the first time, and the guy like did this weird like gooseneck thing where he like swooped in for the kiss. And it was like one of the most awkward things I've ever seen.
I love awkward movie kisses.
Yeah.
Like when they pull back and there's like the line of spit or
Yeah,
something
just
like
a
that.
little-
I
But
think
it's
it's always
supposed to be
funny
hot.
how like they try to look like they're using their tongue, but really they're just kind of pressing their lips
yeah.
together.
Or like the sex scene in Showgirls where she's like writhing around like she's on a bucking bronco.
Yeah, except for she's like 2 feet away from where his dick would be.
Yeah. She's like up
Okay.
on his nipples, riding his
Wait.
nipples and going like this.
Which scene is
Like,
that? Is that
The one in the pool where she's like a wacky waving inflatable arm
Okay.
flailing tube
There's
man.
pool scene. There's the one where they're in cheetahs, and
I don't
she's
remember
like
that
giving him a
one.
lap dance, but basically
Yep.
fucking him. And then there's the one where she's like where she's like, I'm on my period, and he's like, no, you're not, and then she sticks his hand down her pants, and
he's
she's
like,
see.
Oh wait.
That movie's real weird. It's like a movie made by aliens
Yeah.
who like thought they understood what sex was, but sort of didn't.
It's so crazy.
It is.
Farmer Curtis on the Reddit writes, if you could have any creature, real or mythical, what would it be?
Farmer, I want
creature.
Farmer Curtis.
You want Farmer Curtis?
Yes.
What do you don't know anything about Farmer Curtis?
What more do you need to know?
Wait, so you're saying you want to own
It's
a
his
person?
name and his occupation all in one.
You're saying you want to own somebody?
She wants him to sow her crops. And yes, that's a good
That's
point, Leland.
technically-
Jesus Christ.
So sorry. Wait, reread the question. I'm so sorry. Let's answer for real this time.
If you could have any creature, real or mythical, what would it be? But that actually, this is a very important thing to bring up because a lot of mythical creatures are very intelligent. So would owning them be slavery?
Not in my case, because as a Latin fella, I would have to choose a chupacabra. There's no other creature I'd rather have. No one's ever really seen one. I would feel really special, even gazing upon it, let alone owning one.
But the upkeep of a chupacabra is crazy because they're going to
So many
slaughter
goats.
so many goats.
Goats are a dime a dozen. you
No,
guys.
they really aren't.
You get 2 goats. You get them fucking. You got like all kinds of goats. Like they breed like rabbits.
But that's
and
if
they
you
eat
can-
everything. They're like really easy. Like you could have.
That's
them
if you
go-
can keep the chupacabra
They
out
can
of
eat
their
garbage.
pen while
They can
those
eat
goats
t-shirts.
grow up.
Well, I just got one chupacabra.
Yeah, but he's fiendish. He'll get into those pens.
Listen, nobody knows how much chupacabras eat, but I think I can keep them in goats
Okay.
for a while.
That's
Like,
a good
I feel-
idea.
I feel
You're
like
gonna want to hang on to those goats.
Yeah,
Their
they're
butts
sweet
make
little
delicious
goats.
cheese.
I can be making cheese, man. I got a lot of good things going for me with this chupacabra.
I
and,
think
like,
though
maybe I
you
could
need
charge
like a
people to see
big
it.
level of startup capital for you to support this goat and chupacabra business.
I do need some land. Maybe farmer, what's his name, can help me.
Farmer
with that.
Curtis,
Farmer
yeah.
Farmer Curtis can help you with your
Yeah.
chupacabra. We can't really question
We'll go
it
in
and
on this
judge,
together.
You know? Like,
Yeah.
This is his mythical
You're
creature.
right. You're right. I don't want to screw
We
around
don't
with
wanna,
that.
we don't want to mess that up
No.
for you.
Thank you.
You're
Thank
right.
you. It's really thoughtful of you.
Mexican werewolf. is what
Mexican
they call
werewolf?
it. Or at least Mexican werewolf in Texas. One of my favorite shitty horror
I
films.
heard Mexican Werewolf is playing with Vampire Weekend this summer.
That's
you should
funny.
check that out.
That's pretty rad.
What kind of a creature
dope.
would you want, Bree?
Oh, no, you first. I have to think for a sec.
Okay. Honestly, I want either a giant guinea pig
Oh my god.
or I
You
want a tiny goat.
Does it
I
count?
legitimately want a goat that's the size of the palm
Does
of my
it count
hand.
as mythical if you just came up with it just now?
I
'cause,
feel
like-
like there have been myths
Does
of
it
large
exist in
animals.
nature?
Huh?
Does it exist in nature?
If you want a large guinea pig, just get like one of those. What are those big gross rodents called that like the tick had in the cartoon? A chupi? No.
Not a chupacabra.
No, it's a
Chinchilla?
Does anyone know what I'm talking about? It's like a big giant.
Oh,
Yeah,
capybara.
Kookaburra.
Capybara.
Yeah.
Kookaburra.
You get a capybara.
Kookaburra. Capybara. Wait, a capybara or kookaburra? Because
That's a
kookaburra
real
is a
thing.
bird.
It's just a big ass rodent, like the size of this table.
I don't want that. I want my guinea pig, but big.
Okay.
I love the Kookaburra song. Kookaburra sits in the old gum tree.
Tree. Oh yeah, it's in a gum tree. What the
I'm
hell?
sorry, we're talking
That's
about
like
gum trees earlier.
Do you guys know what this is? The cum tree?
no.
we
What
talk
is a
about-
cum tree?
Can we talk about the cum tree?
Have
Yeah.
you guys never talked about this on Table Talk?
No.
Okay, there's this tree that I swear to God it smells like cum.
Is
And
that
they- okay,
why
they're
it's called the
everywhere.
cum tree?
Yeah, and they're like all over California, and like
There's
sometimes
one
you'll be
outside my
walking down the
building.
street and be like,
People are gonna find you. There's got to be a documented list of
There's
cum
one on your
trees.
street?
There's one outside of my building, and there's one
I'm
at
sorry.
like a university in Southern California that people
Yeah.
talk about all the time.
it smells
It
like.
smells like straight up.
It
But
smells like
who
it smells like a dorm
named it?
room.
Because
It's
cum to
disgusting.
me seems like a recent slang term. I know that like it's been spelled C-O-M-E in like texts and stuff, but
It's CUM. for
that's
sure.
a capybara. Okay, I'm kind of sold on that. That capybara is dope.
You could write on that thing.
Yeah, seriously. Oh my God. No, I'm gonna put my head up against his belly. It's gonna be a pillow for me. Either that or a Pegasus. Flying horse? Who doesn't want one of those?
Just don't hit one of them cum trees when you're flying on it.
Yeah,
That's
no
all
kidding.
I'm saying. My mythical creature, okay, I was thinking about this the other night because there was a spider on my ceiling. What if dogs were the size of spiders?
There's a YouTube video about that.
You would step on it by accident.
there?
Yeah.
Can it climb
No,
walls?
wait, it's a spider the size of a dog. I'm sorry. I had it
Oh,
backwards.
that's
No, no,
different.
no,
That's a
no,
puppy
no, I don't want
spider.
that.
Yeah.
No.
You
but
want
I want little dogs.
Like the size of a spider,
No.
like in your hand?
Because think of the thousands, millions of tiny dogs that would die every year.
Dude, imagine when they had puppies. That would be fucking gross.
Oh, they'd be like seeping out of them like the fucking tiny spiders out of the sack.
Dogs.
Yeah,
They're
but
still
if they're-
dogs. They're just the size
They're not
of
gonna
spiders.
have like they're not gonna have spider aspects. Like they're not gonna spin webs.
Oh,
What's
no.
but like how like
Small.
weird?
The size of
Just
a
really
It would not be
small dogs.
adorable. It would be creepy to hear like all of the mewling little puppies pouring out of it and just like making like. It's just like pouring out all over your furniture.
Well, they would be regular puppies. They would be the same as puppies are now. They would just be
Exactly.
smaller. I think
Oh
maybe
my
using the word spider was like the wrong word.
Yeah.
sorry,
Wait,
but-
but can the dog climb up walls?
No, it's a dog.
It doesn't have
So
any spider-like
it's
qualities.
just on the ground.
This
Listen,
is
if
my
you can have-
mythical creature, Matt.
If you can have a giant guinea pig, she can have a tiny dog.
Yeah, fuck you.
It's just so small.
I know. How cute would a little tiny Riggs be in my hand? Can
Yeah.
I have 10 little Riggs?
You could have 50 of them in your hand,
Oh.
squirming around on there, falling off
And
the
you could
sides.
kiss them all at the same time.
And I can wrap little tissues around them and be like, little burrito. Like I do to her own.
If she tried to
another.
kiss them, she would break their necks. Like,
Why do you always gotta be so grim?
Matt,
because they're too small.
quit being a Mac Lieberman.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
It's okay.
This is from Dat Man in Disguise
Uh-huh.
at CNitch174. If you could change or add one thing to the human anatomy that would benefit society, what would you change or add?
Wings.
Wings?
I would for sure have a tail with an extra hand on it.
Cool.
That is cool.
Yeah,
Yeah.
third hand tail.
Uh-huh. And it like you know how you get that itch that you can't scratch? Your
It's
your
got
tail
it.
hand would just be like
Yeah.
you know? And like
And hey, you don't have to get either of your normal hands dirty. If you're on the toilet, you got a wiping hand right there. Mm-hmm. And it's designed for it.
yeah.
That's true.
And it's
Yeah.
right there.
Yeah, what do you think, Bree?
And it can like take your hat on and off,
Sure.
you know, while you're holding your coffee and like maybe if you smoke, you're like or you're driving, you know?
Mm-hmm.
You know, and you're driving and you're like I don't smoke and I don't condone it. You guys shouldn't smoke. But let's say you were and you were driving and you had like your coffee and your cigarette and you were driving and then you had an extra tail hand to roll down the window.
Sure. And to like hold it outside and be flapping. And if you're walking past somebody, you want to give them a high five, tail hand five.
Yeah.
Just like that.
Yeah, that's the way to go, for sure. Absolutely 100%.
Sure. Spy missions, you're hanging down from a bar and you still have two hands to do all kinds of delicate work.
All those spy missions that we do. We
Yeah.
always do that. We're always having spy
Ooh,
missions.
we shouldn't talk about our spy
I
missions.
know. Yeah, you guys are, you're ruining it, first of all. Second of all, I know. Okay, so when you're a baby, you have a vital organ, but it's a surprise. You don't know which one. That comes out outside of your body. It lives like the umbilical cord that your mom or whoever cuts off and saves for later in case you ever need it.
What in the hell are you talking about? Like
What?
in-
You mean like a kidney or a spare
Yeah.
heart?
Yeah.
that sounds like a really gross way to go about it. And like, can it be used as anything? Like, can it just be like, can you plug it in anywhere and it just
No.
becomes what it needs to be?
Yeah.
That's kind of cool.
That's going to start up like a huge secondary black market for organs.
Yeah.
Well,
And then you don't have to
people
kill
need it.
people for the
That
organs.
Exactly. Those waiting lists are long.
But
No, but
can
you know what it is? There is a thing. Okay, so here's where it would go wrong, right? They have this thing like called cord blood when you have a baby, and
Yeah.
it's like really valuable and stuff.
And
you
people
can
cook it and
you
eat
can
it.
donate it, or you could keep it. But if you keep it, they like have to like cryogenically freeze it and shit,
And powder it for
and
you.
and it costs a lot of money. You know the blood. You're talking about like the placenta or something.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah.
Like this blood is like really special. It's like basically like just concentrated stem cells and like awesome shit that's
Yeah.
good for research, and it can like cure certain diseases. It's like really cool to have, right? But to save it costs a bunch of money.
Why are you laughing?
Because it's like the equivalent of cold pressed juice versus regular juice.
Yeah. Anyways, so most people can't afford to save it, so they just donate it. Now, there's no guarantee that when you need it, you can get it, and I think that's what's going to happen with these organs.
Okay.
It's only the very wealthy elite are going to be able to cryogenically freeze or whatever this organ.
But also, if it's a baby-sized organ that's on the umbilical cord, and
grows.
it's okay, it grows.
Obviously
it
grows
grows.
with you.
Okay, guys, no matter what, it grows. It's in a fucking tube of liquid. Grows.
What if it's not in a tube of liquid? What if it's like inside of you already?
And it's just not hooked up to anything,
just
like
not hooked up.
a house that's ready for cable, but cable's not
if
hooked
something
up
inside
yet.
of you fails, it moves over to where it needs to go by itself.
That's tight. I'm into it.
It's like an
Yeah.
extra life organ.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm on board with this.
Cool.
Uh-huh.
Do we want to do one more?
I mean, it's not as cool as the tail with the hand on it, but
Yeah, I like that one.
Honestly, it's not. But it would benefit society.
I'm down with wings,
Damn
though.
it.
One last question.
Can I just bring up one thing about the wings?
Yeah.
The reason why wings work is because like birds have like hollow bones and shit, and
Yeah.
they're really light. Like your wings, in order to carry you,
Sure.
would have to be so fucking huge. It would be really a pain in the ass.
You would have
Like
to
getting
be
through doors,
Ben
like fitting into your
Foster,
car. Like you'd have to have
X-Men.
like a 50-foot wingspan in order to carry your weight. Unless
Well,
you also had hollow bones and shit, and
I
then
think
you're just too fragile.
Well, no. If we all had hollow bones, we'd all be a lot more careful. I don't think we'd be nearly as violent.
We'd all be like Mr. Glass in
Yeah,
like
but-
that fucking movie.
Unbreakable. Plus, you'd have to change your name to Angel. So
I mean, is there anything wrong with that?
Can we change his name to Angel just like for now?
For now?
can we call you Angel Bones?
Angel. Yeah. Can I just have my name come back up and it just says Angel Bones Lieberman?
Fuck Mac Lieberman.
Mac
Yeah.
Angel Bones Lieberman.
It sounds too much like Macklemore Lieberman. The light bulb lit on Reddit writes, what is one gadget or piece of technology you would like to see and expect to be created in the near future?
Oh God.
One gadget or piece of technology you'd like to see and expect to be created.
Oh, okay. Like being like realistically or fantasy sci-fi.
It says would like to see and expect to be created. So it has to be possible that it could happen.
Okay.
I want like a VR avatar that I can send to work for me.
Oh
so I
my
don't have to
Yeah.
go.
God, yeah.
Because then I could like live in like some cabin somewhere. Like or I could buy some like thug mansion in Arizona or somewhere crappy that sorry if you guys are from Arizona, but I feel like I could.
Owen is.
Oh, it's from Arizona. Hey, I grew up in a thug mansion.
We live in Los Angeles. Like it's like real estate here is real expensive.
Yeah,
you want to have
sure.
some space. You want to be balling. You got to get out of here, but you still got to go to work. And like this is where our job is. What if you could just put on some goggles? And it looks like you're there, and you got like an avatar, and everyone can see you, and you can like read their body language and facial expressions and stuff, and it's just the same. It's just as good as being there. If you can have sex with your VR goggles, you should be able to go to work with them too.
Touche.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah.
Touche.
What about you, Bree?
Something that's gonna help the LA public transportation. Something that's gonna make traffic go away forever. Whether it's adding more lanes, which no. What if they just built more on-ramps on top of each other like a fucking mall parking lot?
Why not have mass transit?
Yeah.
Why not have trains? Like, no, like, hear me out. Hear
The
me out.
exciting new technology of trains.
Hear me out. What if they had old-ass trains?
Like,
How fun.
how
But,
fun.
like, how fun.
Those tunnels are going to
Would
fill
be
up
fun.
with smoke and ash.
But,
and
like,
you're just
how
gonna be
fun.
covered in soot.
But I love vintage.
That's not a new gadget. That's, I'm
I
not
love
judging.
retro.
Not judging. I am the non-judgmental Angel Bones Lieberman. Okay? I mean, it's not a gadget, but can we just cure cancer already? Can we just fucking cure cancer? Can we put the
Thank you, Matt.
I
Thank you,
didn't do it. I
Angel
didn't do it for the claps. Please don't. No, just like legitimately, can we just stop everything else and cure cancer? Because it's gotta be, at this point, it's gotta be that Big Pharma doesn't want us to cure cancer.
It is. It has to be.
There's
It's a
too much.
conspiracy.
There's too much money to be made from people getting chemo and repetitive drugs over and over and over again. Cancer has become a cottage industry, and if we all just like nut up as a people, sorry if that's sexist, as a people, and say no more, we want the cure for cancer. Like, I'm just sorry. I'm just so sick of
I mean,
greed.
maybe they could still make money off of it if they made little nano machines that they inject into your body, and they have to be there to constantly attack the.
Right.
the
Sure.
cells.
Do it that way,
I'd
where
be
we have
okay
to
with
pay an annual fee to
Yeah.
keep cancer out of
Like
our
a
bodies.
cell phone bill.
Sure, like a cell phone bill or
Yeah,
your
it's
car
like-
registration.
It's like $200 a month, and you don't got to worry about cancer ever.
Well, that's a little high. Okay, that's 24. Isn't that's $2,400 a year?
Yeah, I mean, but
you'll
when you
be
consider
alive.
what you pay for Netflix,
Chemo.
Amazon, Hulu, your cell phone, your internet, your cable, all this stuff, presumably you got like at least a few of those things. What's an extra couple $100?
Yeah,
Eh,
that's fair.
gotta raise the minimum wage like Crank it way up.
Hang on, I just need to invest in nano machines real quick.
Yeah, seriously. So, folks, thank you so much for watching this episode of Table Talk. What gadget would you like to see invented? Let us know down in the comments below. Trains. And, hey, if you haven't checked it out yet, because I'm pretty sure this Table Talk will air...
Cyborg tails with hands on them.
Sure.
Yeah.
This Table Talk, I don't know when it's going to air, but if it is January 6th, it won't air before all right, so on January 6th, go to Nuclear Family. You can subscribe right now. There's going to be a link down in the description. January 6th, the first sketches start going up, and they're going to go up every single week. We've been working really hard on them for a few months.
Got some real funny stuff.
Real funny stuff. So go subscribe and enjoy those shorts. I'm Matt Lieberman, Angel Bones Lieberman.
I'm Jeremy Azevedo.
And I'm Bree.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Okay. Big fat fatty. No! No! No!
What are you doing?
Boo.